Hey guys, it's day 110 of being a boy, and as a transgender internet celebrity, I thought I would do some great content for you by recording a pseudo-intellectual video essay in my underwear. I'm doing good to you people, I really am. Now, I could go the philosophy tube route of getting a whole load of latex fetish gear off Wish, but it's December in Scotland, so it's a bit too chilly for that. So instead, I've got this vest. And, check this out. I've got my thermal underwears with Highland cow slippers too. I've also got a nice cup of cocoa. Aren't you? Now, the reason I've got you all in bed with me is so I can read you a super sexy transformation story that I wrote all by myself. This is an erotica story called Dangerous Obsession. Chapter 1. I wanted his life. Staring at him on the latest social media application, all I could think about was how amazing it must be to be him. At 49 years old, married, and a former mayor and pastor, he looked on top of the world. Political power, the respect and love of his whole community. His wife was beautiful too, blonde hair perfectly styled. He was really punching above his not insignificant weight. They were examples of the perfect American couple. He was everything I wished I could be. Sadly, as a 34-year-old female computer nerd, I was left with nothing more than my dreams. In my cubicle, I scanned his page. He posted a new sermon! Excited, I downloaded it to add to my ever-growing collection. To say I was a stalker would be a bit of an understatement. Every post he made, I studied it, analysing and taking notes of his daily routine. What he ate, what he drank, what he ate, when he held church services, what he ate. His life had become my obsession. Taking a sip of the Eucharist wine, the congregant spoke. "Pastor, I need to confide in you." Bubba listened to the latest gossip as he passed the communion wafers around. He thought, the best part of my job is hearing all the latest gossip. I thought, I will transition to become Bubba 2.0. After studying several Reddit messages, because of course I use Reddit, I found out how to become a porn-addicted fat balding man, like their entire user base. Nothing missed my eye when it came to detail. I had already ordered 7 identical plain shirts and hideous patterned ties. My diet consisted of Glasgow salads and kebabs in an effort, hopefully, to get up to his size. Being a relatively good hacker... Being a relatively good hacker, I had to figure out a way to install some code or spyware in his devices. So I looked at Reddit and Stack Overflow for the answer. Did I mention I was a hacker? Yeah, anyway. I could offer to build an app for his church. A newsletter for the congregants, Bible verses of the day, whatever. Panting after an incredible orgasm, Bubba closed his favourite city porn site and checked his email. "Dear Pastor Copeland, I am an app developer in the area, and I noticed that you did not have an app. I would be more than willing to develop an app to help you promote your church. Sincerely, Chad Howitzer Millwall." What's an app? Thought Bubba. I swung by the church later to impress him. I said, I'll create a GUI interface using Visual Basic to track your congregant's IP address. Is that good? He said. Yes. Anyway, long story short, I had the app ready in 20 minutes, available to download on any mobile device, iOS and Android. And somehow the app stores didn't take it down, and nobody knew it was malware. I could have just sent it to him, but this made it look legit. Anyway, he downloaded it, and I super hacked the mainframe in his phone. I was behind 7 proxies, so I was completely untraceable. Staring in the mirror, I could tell a huge difference in my body. I didn't bother with phalloplasty because my burgeoning gunt now hung so low it obscured my crotch entirely. I didn't need testosterone either, as excess fat produced pretty much the same levels of estrogen that I had already. All I had to do was shave my head and I was grand. I have to move on to the next step. It's time to put my disguise to the test. My plan was to make an appearance in the local area, so I headed to a local park. The groundskeeper saw me. "Hey, Bubba," he said. "Howdy," I replied in my practised Alabama drawl. "I thought I told you to stop hanging around here and taking photographs of the neighbourhood kids," he yelled. "Well, I am sorry, sir," I said. "I'll be taking my leave." My ultimate test came one morning several weeks later. After Baba left, I quickly entered his house and climbed into bed with his sleeping wife. She spoke softly. "I thought you went out." "I did, but I changed my mind," I said. I wasn't going to shag the poor woman, that would be rape by deception, so I just said, "You've had a tough week, so why don't I make us breakfast?" I brought some coffee and pancakes back upstairs a few minutes later. She said, "Gee, this is the most attention you've paid me in years. I love you, honey." "I love you too," said I. "I have passed the ultimate test. I must take over his life and do it now." I found him on his computer, as usual, surfing T-Girl porn in the church. "Hey, Baba," I said. "Remember me?" "No. And why do you look exactly like me?" "I'm Chad, the guy that designed the app." "Well, there can't be two of us walking around, and..."
"There can be only one."
"Joke's on you, buddy," he replied. "I'm about to be sent down the big house for perving on the local children. Enjoy my prison sentence, dumbass." I hadn't really thought this one through, had I? The end. Well, hope you liked the story. I know the ending wasn't exactly the sexiest, but I wasn't really sure how to finish it. Love ya.